voltage discrepancy exists on the secondary side of the transformer. The primary side wiring appears correct, with the neutral connected to the windings, but the secondary side is not wired properly. There is a phase shift between the 208-volt primary and the 240-volt secondary. The neutral on the 208-volt side should not be connected to the windings. Instead, it should be isolated or floating from the transformer windings and connected only to the frame ground. The customer likely miswired the secondary side, connecting the neutral to the windings instead of isolating it. This is causing the unbalanced voltage measurements. Isolation transformers are available that convert from 120/208 volts to 120/240 volts. These transformers have isolated windings, meaning the neutral on the secondary side isn't connected to the windings. To resolve the voltage issue, the customer needs to rewire the secondary side of the transformer. Firstly, disconnect the neutral wire from the windings. Secondly, isolate the neutral wire from the transformer and connect it only to the frame ground. Thirdly, connect the three-phase wires labeled L1, L2, and L3 from the 120/208 volt generator to the primary side of the transformer, ensuring the neutral is connected to the windings. And fourthly, connect the three-phase wires L1, L2, and L3 from the secondary side of the transformer to the 120/240 volt load, with the neutral isolated. After rewiring, the voltage readings on the secondary side should measure approximately 240 volts phase to phase and 120 volts phase to neutral on each phase. If these readings are not achieved, further investigation into the transformer's condition, the generator output, and the wiring connections is warranted. Let's delve into the technical details. The transformer in question is intended to step up the voltage from 120/208 volts, 3-phase, to 120/240 volts, 3-phase. A critical aspect of 3-phase transformer operation is understanding the phase relationships and the role of the neutral connection. In a 120/208 volt system, the 208 volts refers to the voltage between any two-phase conductors, while 120 volts is the voltage between any phase conductor and the neutral. This configuration is derived from a Y-connected system. Similarly, in a 120/240 volt system, 240 volts is the phase-to-phase voltage, and 120 volts is the phase-to-neutral voltage. The transformer facilitates the change in voltage levels while maintaining the three-phase configuration. The core issue appears to be the improper handling of the neutral connection on the secondary side of the transformer. Connecting the neutral to the windings on the secondary side when it should be isolated creates a circulating current path. This can lead to unbalanced voltages and potentially damage the transformer or connected equipment. The phase shift between the primary and secondary windings of the transformer is inherent in its design and is not the root cause of the problem. Transformers operate on the principle of electromagnetic induction, where the alternating current in the primary winding induces a voltage in the secondary winding. The turns ratio of the transformer determines the voltage transformation. In this case, the turns ratio is designed to step up the voltage from 208 volts to 240 volts. However, the proper connection of the neutral is crucial for maintaining balanced voltages. Isolation transformers are specifically designed to isolate the secondary side from the primary side, preventing any direct electrical connection between them. This isolation is achieved by having separate windings for the primary and secondary with no direct conductive path between them. The neutral on the secondary side of an isolation transformer is typically bonded to ground at a single point to establish a reference potential, but it is not connected to the windings. When troubleshooting voltage imbalances in a transformer setup, several factors need to be considered. Firstly, verify the input voltage to the primary side of the transformer. Ensure that the generator is providing a stable and balanced 120/208 volt 3-phase supply. Secondly, inspect the transformer for any signs of damage, such as overheating, discoloration, or unusual noises. A faulty transformer can exhibit erratic voltage readings. Thirdly, check the wiring connections to the transformer. Ensure that all connections are tight and properly insulated. Loose or corroded connections can introduce voltage drops and imbalances. Fourthly, measure the voltage at various points in the circuit, including the primary and secondary terminals of the transformer, as well as the load. This will help pinpoint the source of the voltage imbalance. Fifthly, use a multimeter to check the resistance of the transformer windings. This can help identify any shorted or open windings. Sixthly, verify the grounding system. Ensure that the transformer is properly grounded to a grounding electrode system in accordance with the National Electrical Code, or NEC. A proper grounding system is essential for safety and for maintaining stable voltage levels. When rewiring the secondary side of the transformer, it is crucial to follow these steps carefully. Firstly, disconnect the power supply to the transformer before making any wiring changes. Secondly, identify the neutral wire on the secondary side of the transformer. Thirdly, disconnect the neutral wire from the windings. Fourthly, isolate the neutral wire from the transformer and connect it only to the frame ground. Fifthly, connect the three-phase wires alone, L2 and L3 from the 120/208 volt generator to the primary side of the transformer, ensuring that the neutral is connected to the windings. Sixthly, connect the three-phase wires alone, L2 and L3 from the secondary side of the transformer to the 120/240 volt load, with the neutral isolated. After rewiring, carefully verify the voltage readings on the secondary side of the transformer. The phase-to-phase voltage should measure approximately 240 volts, and the phase-to-neutral voltage should measure approximately 120 volts on each phase. If the voltage readings are still incorrect, further troubleshooting may be necessary. This may involve consulting with a qualified electrician or engineer to diagnose the problem. Additionally, it's important to ensure that the transformer is properly sized for the load it is serving. An undersized transformer can overheat and exhibit voltage drops under load. The transformer's nameplate should indicate its kVA rating, which represents its apparent power capacity. The load should not exceed the transformer's kVA rating. Furthermore, consider the ambient temperature in which the transformer is operating. High ambient temperatures can reduce the transformer's capacity. Proper ventilation is essential for maintaining the transformer's temperature within acceptable limits. The National Electrical Code, specifically Article 450, provides detailed requirements for the installation and maintenance of transformers. It is important to comply with all applicable NEC requirements to ensure the safe and reliable operation of the transformer. For example, NEC Section 450.3 outlines the overcurrent protection requirements for transformers. The overcurrent protection devices, such as fuses or circuit breakers, must be sized appropriately to protect the transformer from overload and short-circuit conditions. The specific sizing requirements depend on the transformer's impedance and the type of overcurrent protection device used. NEC Section 450.13 requires transformers to be readily accessible for inspection and maintenance. The transformer should be located in a well-lit area with sufficient clearance for access. NEC Section 450.21 addresses the ventilation requirements for transformers. Transformers generate heat during operation, and proper ventilation is necessary to dissipate this heat. The ventilation requirements depend on the transformer's size and the ambient temperature. In addition to the NEC requirements, local codes and regulations may also apply to the installation and maintenance of transformers. It is important to consult with the local authorities to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. In summary, the voltage discrepancy in the 120/208 to 120/240 transformer setup is likely due to the improper wiring of the neutral on the secondary side of the transformer. The neutral should be isolated from the windings and connected only to the frame ground. Rewiring the secondary side according to the steps outlined above should resolve the voltage issue. It is also important to verify the input voltage, inspect the transformer for damage, check the wiring connections, measure the voltage at various points in the circuit, check the resistance of the windings, verify the grounding system, and ensure that the transformer is properly sized for the load. By following these steps, the customer should be able to resolve the voltage issue and ensure the safe and reliable operation of the transformer. Remember that working with electrical equipment can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary safety precautions. If you are not comfortable working with electrical equipment, consult with a qualified electrician or engineer. Furthermore, isolation transformers are crucial for safety and for preventing ground loops. A ground loop occurs when there are multiple ground paths in a circuit, which can create unwanted current flow and noise. Isolation transformers break these ground loops by isolating the secondary side from the primary side. This helps to improve the signal quality and reduce the risk of electrical shock. Isolation transformers are commonly used in sensitive electronic equipment such as audio amplifiers and medical devices to prevent ground loops and ensure accurate and reliable operation. Additionally, when dealing with three-phase power systems, it's essential to understand the concept of phase rotation. Phase rotation refers to the order in which the three phases of the power system reach their peak voltage. The correct phase rotation is critical for the proper operation of three-phase equipment, such as motors and generators. If the phase rotation is incorrect, the equipment may not operate correctly or may even be damaged. Phase rotation can be measured using a phase rotation meter. This meter indicates the order in which the three phases reach their peak voltage. If the phase rotation is incorrect, it can be corrected by swapping any two of the phase conductors. Finally, it is important to emphasize the importance of regular maintenance for transformers. Transformers should be inspected regularly for signs of damage, such as leaks, corrosion, or overheating. The connection should be checked for tightness, and the windings should be tested for insulation resistance. Regular maintenance can help to prevent transformer failures and extend the life of the transformer. A well-maintained transformer will operate more efficiently and reliably, saving energy and reducing downtime. In addition to the electrical aspects, consider the physical environment where the transformer is located. Ensure the area is clean and free from obstructions that could impede ventilation. Dust and debris can accumulate on the transformer's cooling surfaces, reducing its ability to dissipate heat effectively. Regularly cleaning the transformer and its surroundings is a simple but often overlooked maintenance task. Furthermore, pay attention to any unusual sounds emanating from the transformer. A humming sound is normal, but buzzing, crackling, or other unusual noises could indicate a problem. These sounds could be caused by loose windings, insulation breakdown, or other internal issues. If you hear any unusual noises, it's important to investigate the cause and take corrective action promptly. Consulting with a qualified electrician or transformer specialist is recommended in such cases. When replacing a transformer, it's crucial to select a replacement with the same or higher kVA rating, voltage rating, and impedance as the original transformer. Using a transformer with a lower kVA rating could result in overloading and premature failure. Using a transformer with a different voltage rating could damage the connected equipment. Using a transformer with a different impedance could affect the system's fault current levels and coordination of overcurrent protection devices. The replacement transformer should also meet all applicable safety standards and regulations. It's always a good practice to consult with a qualified engineer or transformer specialist when selecting a replacement transformer. Also, consider the efficiency of the transformer. High-efficiency transformers are designed to minimize energy losses, which can save money on electricity bills over the long term. High-efficiency transformers typically have lower coal losses and copper losses than standard efficiency transformers. The efficiency of a transformer is typically expressed as a percentage. A higher efficiency rating indicates lower energy losses and greater energy savings. While high-efficiency transformers may have a higher initial cost, the energy savings can often offset the cost difference over the life of the transformer. When specifying a transformer, consider the load characteristics. Nonlinear loads, such as variable frequency drives and electronic ballasts, can generate harmonic currents that can overload the transformer. If the load is nonlinear, it may be necessary to specify a K-rated transformer. K-rated transformers are designed to withstand the effects of harmonic currents. They have a higher insulation temperature rating and a larger cord to handle the additional heat generated by the harmonic currents. Also, carefully examine the transformer's nameplate data. The nameplate provides critical information about the transformer's specifications, including its kVA rating, voltage rating, frequency rating, impedance, insulation class, and winding connections. This information is essential for proper installation, operation, and maintenance of the transformer. Never tamper with or remove the nameplate from the transformer. The information on the nameplate is also important for troubleshooting and repair purposes. In the event of a transformer failure, the nameplate data will be needed to identify the correct replacement parts. Also, consider the future load growth when selecting a transformer. It's generally a good practice to select a transformer with a kVA rating that is slightly larger than the current load. This will allow for future load growth without having to replace the transformer. A transformer that is operating at or near its full capacity will be less efficient and will have a shorter lifespan. Selecting a transformer with some extra capacity will also provide some margin for error in the load calculations. Finally, remember that electrical safety is paramount when working with transformers. Always disconnect the power supply before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment such as safety glasses and gloves. Never work alone, and always have someone nearby who can assist you in case of an emergency. If you are not comfortable working with electrical equipment, consult with a qualified electrician.